Metal Slug!
Super Vehicle 001 Metal Slug, more commonly known simply as Metal Slug, is a run and gun video game developed by Nazca Corporation, who were ex-Irem developers. Originally released in 1996 for the Neo Geo MVS arcade platform, the game soon widely became known for its sense of humour, fluid hand-drawn animation, and fast-paced two-player action. In addition to shooting, the player can also perform melee attacks by using a knife. But beware, as the enemy troops also have melee attacks. Much of the game's scenery is also destructible, and occasionally this reveals extra items or power-ups, although most of the time it simply results in collateral damage. During the course of a level, the player also encounters prisoners of war, who, if freed, offer the player bonuses in the form of random items or weapons. There are a total of 6 stages of non-stop action in Metal Slug that will surely give even the most hardened gamer a challenge. Sometimes Neo CD ports can differ from the original cartridge version used in the arcades or home EES machines. However, in Metal Slug's case, it's pretty much 100% identical when it comes to the main game. The only differences are having to load the demo play, instructions, and options, as is normal with Neo Geo CD games. There are some extras though, not found in the cartridge versions. First of all, there's the Combat School mode, which becomes available once the main game is completed. This mode allows you to play a kind of survival mode on your favourite stage. Secondly, let's not forget the art gallery.
Rocket launcher! Okay! Thank you! Rocket launcher! Metal Slug!
The PlayStation port of Metal Slug is, well, pretty bad. I can accept the massive amount of missing animation and the loading times. However, what I can't accept is the mid-level loading. In fact, it's not even mid-level loading. Stage 1 alone stops to load twice, and that's not even a very long stage. On the plus side, this PlayStation port does feature the Combat School mode from the Neo Geo CD version, as well as the art gallery with even more images than the Geo CD version.
Heavy machine gun. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Metal Slug. Heavy machine gun.
The Saturn port of Metal Slug was available in two different versions, 1.002 and 1.005, which included some minor bug fixes. The game makes use of the Saturn's 1 megabit RAM expansion, which really shows. While it's still missing some of the animation, it sure looks a million times better than the PlayStation version, and doesn't need to load during stages. Again, the combat skull and art gallery are present, with some lovely high resolution art images.
Heavy machine gun.
We all know that Metal Slug appeared on the Neo Geo Pocket and Game Boy Advance. While they're great games, they're not based upon the first arcade title. However, did you know that there's also a Chinese Game Boy Colour knockoff of Metal Slug? This is also not based upon the arcade game, but I thought it would be fun to show you. It's awful, just in case you're wondering. The main sprites are ripped from the Neo Geo Pocket Color version and do not do that game any justice. This is a nice curiosity, but as a Metal Slug game, it's awful. Well, that's enough of that. Let's take a look at all the real ports of Metal Slug running side by side.